Hello everyone, so today is a very exciting video. We are going to be planting a herb garden, a mini herb garden in one of the tiered planters that I have. So I'm just going ahead and drilling in some drainage holes into all of the pots. I started off drilling one hole at a time and then realised I could do it all at once. So obviously I took the shortcut and did that. And then I'm just going ahead and filling them up with compost just before we go ahead and stack them, just so that they have a bit of weight to them. I do really love these tiered planters for small garden spaces. So these are the herbs, the successful herbs that I've grown from seed. So I've got some chamomile, some coriander, some oregano, some dill and some basil. This is so lanky, but we just ignore this. So this is what we've got from what I've sown from seed. And when I tell you guys that I struggled with these, it's not even funny. These are the ones that I've bought from the shops. They look so much better than the ones that I grew, but it's okay, it's fine. It's a learning curve, you know. Anyway, we've got all of these herbs that we're going to pop into the tiered planter. And I also have one more oak barrel, and I think I might use this for chamomile and borage maybe. I'm just thinking my chamomile is literally this, so they are quite small, but they will grow. And obviously it's quite invasive, so I think I may pop this in here today and see how we go, because I also have some mint, parsley and rosemary in the same planters, so they will stay down there. And then I think everything else we're gonna pop into the tiered planter. I don't know what this is on the leaves. So actually maybe I should put this in a different pot. Maybe I should put this in the one by itself just in case it's a disease. I actually might do that. I think we're gonna do that because I think there's something wrong with this. Now I have a very whimsical looking picture in my head of what I am envisioning this planter to look like. So I'm just going ahead and popping the plant pots in each kind of section of the tiered planter so that I can have a feel for what herbs I want where, whether I want the time kind of next to each other. I think in the end I decided to try and split the time out, as I had quite a few variations. I had an orange thyme, a pink one, I think a lemon thyme as well, and then just a common thyme. And I didn't want them all to be next to each other just in case I accidentally picked some sprigs of one thyme when I actually meant for the other, because they're going to be trailing over the edges. My sad looking basil and dill at the bottom, oh my gosh, I'm cringing at that. But the rest of it is looking fabulous because we went and bought the herbs, but that's okay. Small wins, small wins. But this is what we're kind of looking like once I've laid everything out, and I really, really like the look of everything. So now that I've figured that out, I'm just going ahead and potting everything up. I actually can't go over how sad these look. Are they even going to survive? I do not know. We'll see. I'll keep you posted if they stay alive. I definitely went overboard on the amount of thyme plants that I got for the planter, but I was just trying to think of the herbs that I use the most often, and that really is rosemary, thyme, sage and basil, I think, are my main ones. So I definitely need to up my basil game, because yeah, embarrassing so far, but I might just try and sow some seeds around the tomato plants that I'm going to be transplanting out in the next kind of week or so, because I know that basil is supposed to be a really good companion plant for tomatoes. Something like if they go well together when they're cooking, they tend to grow well together, supposedly. So I think that's just going to be my backup plan for the basil, or perhaps just buy a couple of plants from the supermarket. we never know. We shall wait and see. I am so excited for the sage plants because I have only tried to grow sage a couple of times, but directly from seed. And I don't know what it is about herbs and me trying to grow them from seed, but I'm not very successful with it. I like to think that with vegetables, they like come quite easily to me, or maybe I've just had good seeds and they've all kind of grown. But my herbs I've always found really difficult to grow from seed. I don't know why. But sage is one that for some reason, I just haven't ever bought a sage plant before and planted it out. So hopefully it will grow into a massive sage plant so that I can dry lots for over the winter time. But yeah, super excited. And lemon balm as well. I haven't even researched what lemon balm is good for or nice with. I kind of just got it because it smelled nice when I was in the garden centre. So what better reason, right? But yeah, if you have lemon balm, please let me know what you do with it in the comments down below. And as I watch this back, I realised I literally forgot to plant the rosemary. Who am I? So I'm going to have to go outside and plant that. So just ignore the fact that I've literally left one pot in there. But yeah, this is what all of my other planters are looking like. They're growing back really well. After the winter, the sage is just the new one. And then I also picked up some new flowers from the garden centre as well, just because I realised I don't really have many flowers in my garden and we're going to need the bees, so I am planting some flowers. So got these cute little purple ones, and then I also got some gorgeous snapdragons, which I will be showing next, but they are stunning. I tried to pick the ones that still like hadn't bloomed from the garden centre so that we should get the full bloom very shortly in the garden, as opposed to buying them and then the flowers dying sooner. But I'm just taking out a dead raspberry plant that just didn't thrive, survive, or anything, but that's fine. We just got rid of that and replaced it with these gorgeous snapdragons. They're like a sunset colour. They are gorgeous. I also love the fact that I'm getting different pops of colour, and also these should hopefully grow a little bit taller as well, so we'll get a bit of dimension in the garden as well. And then finally, I have 3 more snapdragons to plant, so I'm just pulling up some old tulips because tulip bulbs don't tend to do well the second year. So they flowered this year, but we'll get rid of them for now and replace them with these snapdragons so that we can have some gorgeous looking flowers for the bees, as we really need them to come into the garden to pollinate our veggies for us. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.